Night one on our hyena hunt. Also our first night in the Limpopo region. We've been hustling and bustling all over the place. Northern Cape, and then in Mpumalanga for crocodile, and now Limpopo for hyena.
There's more coming. I see him. I see the one in the back behind him. Do you see his chest? Shoot him in the chest. Now. Fantastic shot, Peyton. Fantastic shot, Peyton.
It's still moving a little bit, so let me just quickly have a look. Hold on to the light. If we maybe need to shoot him with a pistol just to give it a coup de grace, and we do that. Well done. Hey, shake my hand. Shake his hand. Obviously this doesn't happen by itself. There's a lot of groundwork involved by the team behind the scenes that not everybody always sees. There's people running around checking baits, cameras getting destroyed. For that we can only say thank you to everybody behind the scenes, because it's not everywhere and every day that you just quickly run in first night and then connect on a hyena, and it's not every day that a 12-year-old gets to shoot a hyena, right, Peyton? Yes. It's a pretty big honor. Phenomenal male hyena, actually, very thick head, very thick neck, and we got on the blind around, I want to say 5:40. Don't think we sat for an hour, and then we started hearing the hyena calls all around us. Initially, when they first started calling, we thought, okay, it's on, it's about to happen. And I think everybody sat on the edge of their seat, you know, for the next 2 hours, and somebody got a little bit too close to the edge of the seat. Right, Peyton? So if she was a little bit older, that's a penalty shot, falling asleep in the blind on your own hyena hunt. But I'll explain to you a little bit later what the sotapi is, and maybe I'll give you a good old-fashioned sotapi. But eventually, when the old dog did come in, can you explain to us what you saw? And you know, this first time using a thermal, the first time we spoke about it, your dad and I spoke about it beforehand, and he took you to go and shoot with a thermal back home. So if you want to talk us through that, Peyton.
Okay. Well, at the ranch we had to practice with the thermal. It was tricky at first because it was different, but I got used to it. I mean, when the hyena came, I saw him. He kept on moving, and then I thought I shot his chest, but I shot his neck instead. He was kind of hard. Took us a while to get him. I was tired. I kept on getting interrupted for every single nap I had in the car.
6 days of straight sleeping in vehicles.
Also hands in the face, Hayden.
Now, when the hyena did finally come in, we saw a different hyena in the background, and there was a little bit of back and forth to make sure that we connect on the finer one of the two. And it was clear that this one, he became a little bit wary. He was aware of us, and finally made the call to just take the shot. Not a perfect angle, frontal angle on the hyena, but luckily it's either a hit or a miss with those shots, and it went down, right there. Good old-fashioned 30-06 Heck microthermal, and then of course, as I've been saying time and time again, Viper bullets. They seem to do the job. Peyton, you did fantastically well. It was a good day actually. Hayden got a crocodile and you got the hyena tonight, and your mother managed to kill a bottle of wine tonight, so everybody's on the board. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's very special to be able to do
I've
this
waited
with
a
you
while
guys.
for him.
Yeah. I'm glad we got this out of the way. Right, morning of day 2 in the Limpopo region of South Africa, and we actually returned back to where we shot the hyena last night, just to get a good clear view and a decent run through of where we were and what happened. We had a blind built up back there right on the edge of an old dam, a dried out dam, and I reckon the shots anywhere between 60, 70 yards, maybe 75. Just far enough to get them comfortable. And last night actually we had 2 thermals and the thermal scope in the blind. Thermal scope was on standby just to make sure that we've got enough juice for when it actually happens. And we actually scanned the whole night, and I picked up the thermal, looked, and didn't see anything. I guess it was shortly after 9, and put down the thermal, and the next moment Derian, the other local PHEA, picked up the thermal and signaled to us and said they're there. I guess they probably came in around the back, came in from the left hand side of the blind, and he actually saw the hyena run past the blind, with the little bit of moonlight that we had left, and picked up and confirmed with the thermal, and then it was on. There was actually 2 hyena, one definitely in the background, but just he didn't commit. And I held off the shot because I wanted to see them side by side to make sure that we got the right one. And Peyton was actually comfortable and on the hyena pretty quick, very comfortable shooting position. And this old boy got a little antsy. He definitely knew about us. Definitely, he kept looking back, looking around, looking straight at us, and we evidently made the shot. Take what the bush gives you. And Peyton made a beautiful frontal shot, and I guess it just goes to show Peyton's all of 12 years old right now, and we've been having a phenomenal safari. We had a phenomenal time in the Northern Cape, fantastic diversity, great hunting, and now we are enjoying the fruits of the Lowveld, both in the Mpumalanga region and Limpopo, with crocodile yesterday, hyena last night, and just goes to show, this is the epitome of big game hunting on the planet. South Africa remains a hunter's paradise, and if you surround yourself with good outfitters, good professional hunters, a competent team, then look no further, because at the end of the day, Africa as a whole, but especially South Africa, will be an absolute hunter's dream at the end of the day. And this just cements that in. Hyena, not something that every South African outfitter can offer, and we are quite proud for the areas, the teams, and obviously the relationships built up over the years. So Peyton, I'm gonna shake your hand. Congratulations, you did very well, especially in a moment like that. This is comparable to leopard hunting, which most people believe are the pinnacle of African hunting, and you get all the same experiences and feelings, and that emotional roller coaster of sitting in a blind and just waiting and hoping that will it show up, and a lot of groundwork, lot of biting, a lot of efforts go in to a hunt like this, and when everybody does their job, and you know, as you can see, night 1, 3 hours in, and we had a hyena on the ground. So to everybody involved, thank you. It makes my job a whole lot easier.